And so when my grandfather passed away, all of us kids, my grandma said, why don't you all put something in the coffin? When he, as like a little memento, write a note and put something in there. Okay, great. Most people put something like a letter, or most people put, I think my brother put in some sort of stuffed animal, maybe something like that. Anyway, I put in a piece of rebar.
Oh.
Tiny little piece of rebar. That shows you how redneck my family is, or how country or whatever we are, but that was my grandpa's thing. So every time I see something about rebar now, I need to learn more about it.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff, and I think that just shows how sweet you guys are.
Oh, dorky, what a good deal. Okay, clamping squares are my life. I remember not really knowing what in the world, like, why would you use those things? Now I find myself using them all the time, even for crafting projects.
Yeah, for sure. When you're clamping off something, you're making some form of, wood project, and you need to glue a corner. Clamps are great. Clamps we've talked about before. They're an invaluable tool, even for a DIYer. But actually getting the corner square and keeping it square while it's all setting up. And so this is just a set of fiberglass reinforced nylon squares. They're made specifically to have clamps mounted onto them. And then you shove them into the corner of the project to make sure that it holds the square tight. They're nylon, which means that they resist getting stuck. Like if the glue squeezes out the corner and actually hits on them, they won't glue to the side of the project. They'll break away, no problem. And so they don't have to become part of the project. But keeping things square as we make various elements at home in the workshop, really critical. And, a set of clamping squares like this are just a few bucks.
Okay, that's very cool. All right, what is my Q Pet portal?
I knew you were going to ask me about this one. How did I know?
How did you know?
So MyQ is a company, and they have developed what they call the world's first real dog door, meaning most of us think of dog doors as some little thing that you get at the hardware store, and you got to cut a hole in your door. This is the whole door. The entire door that you order with an integrated passageway in it. And this integrated passageway, by the way, it can be designed with several different models of cold door. So these are high-quality doors, so you can get different styles along the way. But this is a dog door. The best way to describe is it kind of opens up like those doors did in Star Trek, where the two panels split to each side automatically.
Okay, yeah.
So what it's got multiple ways of securing the house, but also allowing your pet to get in and out. Number one is your pet can wear a little sensor tag, and every time your dog gets close to the door, it will open because it senses that they're close. So that way, people and things that don't want to get into the house can't get in. Just your dog has special access back and forth. You can also control it with an app from a remote location, and the app also tracks how many times the door opens, when it opens, so that when you're away, you can make sure that everything is going okay with the pooch.
And I love that it hooks up with, so I was just looking, I was on the website and I was looking at the different security apps, I guess, that it works with. And if you've got Ring, if you've got Vivint, if you've got Google Assistant, whatever your thing is, it works with all of those. It's got a huge list, actually.
Yeah, and this is the future. All of these devices that are being designed really well, the truly smart devices, not only do the job that they claim to do in and of themselves, but they are networking with larger home systems.
Okay, now I've so many others that I want to ask you about. Obviously, we're out of time, but I know this weekend you're going to probably follow up with some of these, and I can't wait to hear more about how GE is integrating air frying into its new wall ovens. Oh my God, all in one, yes please.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that we're going to be talking about this weekend, which is just the idea that any next generation countertop appliances, these things that we've been so enamored with, air fryers, sous vide, vacuum sealers, any of these that win widespread cultural acceptance, expect that the large appliance manufacturers are eventually going to integrate them into their large appliances, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So we'll have all the details on that, and we'll get through this entire list, which is sizable, on Sunday's program.
All right, sounds great, Dean. Thanks as always. I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Jen.
All right, see you later. That is KFI's House Whisperer, Dean Sharp, at Home with Dean on social media. And like he said, tomorrow morning from 6 to 8, and he'll have his list of all the new stuff in 2021 that you need. And there's a ton of stuff on this list that I need it. Do I need it? Do I want it? Or maybe a little bit of both? Well, I'm going to go with that. Right, we come back. It's a little entertainment news with ABC's Jason Nathanson. Here's an interesting weekend at the box office. No streaming. All three of these movies that Jason's going to talk about are only in theaters. And one of them I want to talk about is Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. That one I think is supposed to be the big hit of the weekend. Jason saw it. We'll see if he likes it. Right now, Nick is checking out your drive, and we are going back to the 10.
Yep, in the West Covina area this go round on the westbound side near Via Verde, it's a wreck involving a car fire. Looks like it's the 3 right lanes that are taken away, and that's going to cause you some really heavy delays on the westbound 10 as you come away from the 57. Also seeing some slowing for you, 71 northbound, actually kind of patchy overall for you off the 60 all the way toward the 10. So definitely heads up for your drive. Got an update on this or anything else slowing you down? Pound 250 on your cell phone, keyword is KFI traffic. As you make your way westbound along the 210 in Laverne around Fruits, still dealing with a hazmat spill, has the on-ramp to the 210 West at Fruit shut down. Now, the 210 West itself, this go-round, actually going to be pretty heavy for you coming away from baseline as you head toward Fruit, so definitely, and a little extra time needed as you make your way out the door this morning. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick O'Keefe.
This report is sponsored by Mercury Insurance.
The compact GLA proves it's not the size of the SUV in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the SUV. Learn more now about the nimble and ready for anything Mercedes-Benz vehicle at MBUSA.com. It's Colin Coward. Here's what's trending from Iheart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
It was a storybook ending to baseball's first Field of Dreams game. The White Sox edged the Yankees on a walk-off home run in a cornfield ballpark next to the original film site. The short-handed Dodgers could not pull off a sweep of the Phillies on a bullpen day. True Blues will visit the Mets tonight. And Kawhi Leonard is signing a 4-year max deal to stay in his hometown of L.A. The Clippers star is expected to miss significant time next season. I'm Misty Jordan. What's better than low rates? Low rates and big discounts. That's what you get when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Mercury. Get a fast, free quote today at MercuryInsurance.com to see how much you could save. That's MercuryInsurance.com.
Hey everybody, it's Dean. Before I take off this morning, ever since Dusty Power, the generator people, became a sponsor here at KFI, I've been getting a lot of questions about how home backup generators work. So here goes. Once Dusty evaluates your home, they hook you up with the perfect generator to meet all of its needs. And then, when the next outage occurs, while everybody else around you loses power and is sitting in the dark, your generator automatically takes over and life continues uninterrupted. When the power comes back on, your generator turns itself off. It's just that easy. What's also easy is stuff like 0% interest financing, payments as low as $72 a month, which makes emergency power for your entire home totally affordable. As you know, the pandemic has everything in short supply, so don't wait. Call today, and Duffy will make sure your life, your comfort, your safety won't be interrupted during the next outage or any of the ones after that. All you have to do is dial pound 250 on your cell and say Duffy Power, pound 250, Duffy Power, or find them on the web at duffypower.com. That's DUTHIE power.com.
At Ralph's, fresh groceries are our thing, so we check your delivery order for freshness at every step from farm to store and pick and pack every veggie in your free pickup order with care, because we treat your food the way we want ours to be treated. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Get more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More Save $1 each sale. Just buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save for details.
Rates subject to change without notice. Minimum loan amount requirements apply. 50% loan to value and 740 FICO credit score. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. NMLS 3290. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California Finance Lenders Law license number 6036970. Equal housing lender.
Unbelievable. Home loan rates have dropped again at IntelliLoan. Today, IntelliLoan is offering a 1.875% rate in the APR with no points and no lender fees. Did you hear that? A 1.875%. Don't think you qualify? I bet you haven't called IntelliLoan. You don't have to have perfect credit to get this great home loan. So lock in this unbelievably low 1.875% fixed rate in APR with no points and no lender fees. So call IntelliLoan before the rates go up. Call them at 1-800-918-6200. That's 1-800-918-6200. Or just go to IntelliLoan.com.
IntelliLoan. Borrow smart.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is, you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell is here to help. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has been there to guide men through all aspects of divorce. And we'll be there for you.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys. 1455 Tracy Road, Suite 500, San Diego, California, 92108. CordellCordell.com.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, get a $10 gift card when you buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 motor oil for $27.99. A deal so rich, they'll call you an oil tycoon. Yep, with great oil for $27.99 and $10 back. All you'll need is a monocle. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations. Does not include state local taxes or recycling fees. Advertised sales price may not be available in some states. Rebate restrictions apply. Offer ends date 31/21.
Before I started Rooter Hero Plumbing, I was an angry young man. Hello, I'm John Okoyan. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and he left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to college with my friends and because I had to drop out of high school. It's not a pleasant story. But as I grew older, I also grew up. I realized that my dad didn't leave me alone. He left me with values and principles that continue to shape my life. Dad said, be on time. He didn't like it when people were late. He taught me to be polite. It was something I lost, but recaptured along the way. And he taught me to keep my promises, because broken promises lead to broken relationships. We teach and keep these values at Rooter Hero Plumbing. I think we have a pretty good company. I know we have great people. And if one of our heroes fails to live up to these values, please call me. My private number is on the back of every Rooter Hero business card. You can also reach us at rooterhero.com. Thank you.
Everybody needs a hero.
CL 102-8886.
When it comes to the ins and outs of business security, Bay Alarm brings the best, like access control systems to protect your people and your property. Because if your security is not the best, you're not secure. Now, more than ever, Bay Alarm. ACO 28CCL 880138.
Win your way to our 2021 Iheart Radio Music Festival, September 17th and 18th in Las Vegas, and win $1,000. You'll see
Billie Eilish,
Cheap Trick,
Coldplay,
Dua Lipa,
Florida Georgia Line,
J. Cole,
Journey,
Khalid,
Lil Baby,
Maroon 5,
Nelly,
Sam Hunt,
Weezer, a special guest performance by Phineas,
and more on the T-Mobile Arena stage in Las Vegas. Listen every weekday to win your way there and win $1,000.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Join KFI and Thrill Seekers at the Afterburner Music Festival at the Pacific Air Show in Huntington Beach, October 1st and 2nd. This year's event will feature performances by Sammy Hagar and the Circle, Sam Hunt, ex-ambassadors, and more. Get your tickets now at AfterburnerMusicFestival.com. KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the Iheart Radio app. Let's talk a little entertainment news with ABC's Jason Nathanson. Jason, good morning. So, Free Guy. It's the Ryan Reynolds movie out this weekend. Supposed to be number one at the box office. You saw it. What'd you think?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's a crowd pleaser. It's one of those kind of happy summer movies, and it's been a while that this is supposed to come out, so it's been sitting for a while and waiting, and it's good. It's got kind of Truman Show vibes to it. Ryan Reynolds plays a guy named Guy who is a bank teller and a background character in a video game. and he doesn't know that he's in a video game until he finds out that he's in a video game. Jodie Comer also stars from Killing Eve, and she's great. I like the two of them together. But like I said, this is a crowd pleaser. It's funny. It's got some action. It's just a perfect kind of summer movie.
Okay, let's talk about now Respect. This is the one about Aretha Franklin's life.
Yes, and it stars Jennifer Hudson, who is the hand-picked person by Aretha Franklin to play Aretha Franklin in this film. So you can imagine all the pressure that was on Jennifer Hudson to do this and to do it well and to live up to, this icon. And thankfully she does in her performance. The movie overall, though, does not. It's kind of a paint-by-numbers biography. We've seen this kind of thing before, and especially with Aretha Franklin's life, recently with Genius Aretha, a miniseries that was out earlier this year. We've seen a lot of this story before, so it doesn't really break any new ground. But Jennifer Hudson's performance is fantastic. They know that we're there to see her sing and to hear her sing, and they do. They let her sing almost full songs a couple times in the movie, even though it's not a musical by any stretch of the imagination. And if you don't know the story, I think, you're going to learn a lot about Aretha Franklin. But like I said, it doesn't really break any new ground.
Okay, and finally, Don't Breathe 2. Did you like it? It's a horror sequel.
Didn't see it. It's a horror sequel. I couldn't care less about horror sequels at this point. This is like the 6th horror sequel that we've gotten in the past couple of months. Give us something original.
Exactly. All right, Jason, have a great weekend. Thank you for all of those.
You too. Take care.
All right, thanks. See you later. This is KFI and KOSTHD2 Los Angeles. And finally, on streaming this weekend, so if you don't go to the movies, like I said, none of those are streaming. You have to go to the theater for all 3 of those. There was an article that I read last night. I forget where I saw it. Maybe on Vulture. I can't remember exactly where it came from. But the headline was about Modern Love, Season 2 of Modern Love. And it says, sparks are sparse in Season 2 of Modern Love. It used words like blandness, unremarkable. It was not a good review in any way, shape, or form. I haven't seen the show. It is actually on my list of things I would like to watch, but then again, when you see that Season 2 is kind of crummy or that it's getting bad reviews, do you even start Season 1? Do you invest that time in it? I don't know. Now I'm rethinking it after reading that review. This is KFI and KOSTHD2 Los Angeles. Let's say good morning. Happy Friday, Jeff Ball. Let's start on the 405.
Well, right back at you, Jennifer. Boy, you have friends that do this binge watching of shows. I don't know how you find the time to do that. I really don't.
I agree. It's hard. It'll take me like 3 weeks to get through an 8-episode season of something, and my friends can blast through it in like a day or a weekend.
I know you have to check off the world there for a while to do that kind of stuff. I just can't do it. I feel like I'm in a video game here looking at freeways sometimes this morning, every morning. South 405 is off to a fairly good start now. Coming out from the 118 down to the 101, no problems. Up and over the hill, everybody's moving. That's a great thing. Just want to follow up on something. If you live in Panorama City, I'm sure you know what was going on. There was a commercial building fire started late last night. 14,600 West Titus Street. Fire's out. Fire department's still there, though. They're going to be investigating for a while. Now, the Titus Street is that section of Titus Street is southwest of Roscoe and Van Nuys Boulevard. So that's the general area of Panorama City. Just be careful. South Hollywood was looking good. We just came over the 4 level. We're going to start heading east. I know Nick was warned you about a problem in the Kellogg interchange. West 10 going uphill around Via Verde, so more on that coming up. There are delays there. Again, I'll get some eyes on. We'll let you know what's going on. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Ball, KFI in the sky.
At Sit and Sleep, we know that people are experts at lots of things. Doctors are experts at medicine. Chefs are experts at cooking. And moms, well, they're experts at everything.
Right, Dad. But there's one thing practically nobody's an expert in. How to shop for the right mattress. Because at Sit and Sleep, we know shopping for a mattress isn't something you do every day, or even every 8 years.
That's why inside every Sit and Sleep, you'll find highly trained mattress experts with an average of 10 years experience who know everything about mattresses that you don't.
Then we go one one step further by giving our mattress experts bed match technology that scientifically analyzes your body's unique support needs and recommends just the right mattress for you.
It's a winning combination that's helped millions of Southern Californians get the deep, restful sleep that's so critical to helping you feel your best every day.
So for expert advice about your next mattress, trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
I'm an expert at other things besides mattresses.
Like what, Dad?
Screaming free!
Hey, it's Gary Hoffman. Let's talk about your Medicare coverage. Scan Health Plan is for people with Medicare. Now more than ever, it's important to have comprehensive coverage when you need it most. If you're new to Medicare, have both Medicare and Medi-Cal, or have been diagnosed with certain chronic conditions, you may qualify to enroll in Scan Now. Call Scan at 1-855-370-7226, TTY 711, or ask your agent about Scan.
Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
SoCal weather from KFI, mostly sunny with highs from the low to mid 70s at the beaches, low to mid 80s for Metro LA and OC, mid 90s for the valleys in the IE, and we'll just bounce around inland highs next week around 90 to right at 100, at least through the first part of the work week. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This has been your wake-up call. Handle on the News with Jane Wells and Mo Kelly starts now.
Jen, yesterday, it is Jane Wells filling in for Handle, KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the Iheart Radio app. That's a listener, Eric Lissardo, who has done a few parody songs for us. And remember, Jen, yesterday when you could not remember the name of the California Lieutenant Governor?
Oh, no, he didn't do one for that.
He's going to work on it. He found, which I couldn't remember, Mo Kelly, of course, immediately. Oh, Lenny Kounalakis. I'm like, yeah.
Of course.
He says he's found, I'm sorry, Eric, I'm going to out you, to Meli Kalikimaka. He's going to...
That is awesome!
So that is something to look forward to. I love it when, these listeners ought to just do the show. What the hell am I doing here? I don't know.
Well, me too. I'll go with you. They can, come in here and do it for us, and you and I'll go on vacation.
There you go. Welcome, Mo.
Good morning. How are you?
It's so good to see you. It's been a long time. And you had a wisdom tooth taken?
There's more to the story. Yes, I had a wisdom tooth extracted yesterday, but on my mother's side of the family, no one has any wisdom teeth. Like my mother doesn't have any wisdom teeth.
Really?
My older sister doesn't have any wisdom teeth. I, until maybe 2 months ago, didn't have any wisdom teeth.
What?
And then my dentist took x-rays yesterday and said, "You have a wisdom tooth." I said, "No, I don't." "Yes, you do. Look at the x-ray." And it was under the gum line, so they had to go dig it out and go get it.
I can't believe your face isn't all swollen up and you're able to talk. It's amazing.
Well, see, that's the thing. That was the negotiation I was having with Michelle earlier in the week. I said, I'm going in. I don't know how much they're going to do or what they're going to do, but Friday is up in the air.
Well, I feel very honored. I'm so glad you're here because we've got a lot to talk about, especially with sports and the Field of Dreams thing last night. And congratulations, being nominated for, I believe, Radio Journalist of the Year.
Yeah, Mo Kelly.
Yeah, and a couple other things. You and Tawala.
Yeah, it's humbling. It's nice for the acknowledgement, but I try not to put too much stock in what I've already done. I always look forward to what I'm hopefully going to do.
You're always killing it. I do. I love your show. It's good to have you here.
Good to see you.
Okay, let's get started with Handle on the News. Top story. We talked about this awful story yesterday about this employee at Shoe Palace who was shot dead in the middle of the afternoon on Melrose when he came over to some people who were arguing over a raffle in front of the store. He tried to break it up. He got shot.
he died. The detectives have now arrested a 16-year-old teenager. Well, obviously, 16-year-old teenager. Sorry, typical TV news person, oxymoron. A 16-year-old male. Would you call a 16-year-old a boy or a young?
Youth?
Yeah,
A
youth. A youth. They found him in Southgate, and they say LAPD detectives recovered extensive video of the shooting and credited numerous tips from the public with helping make a case in the arrest. They're not releasing his name because he is a minor.
This is actually, I'm actually surprised this doesn't happen more often because the reseller market and also just the shoe black market, for lack of a better word.
Right.
It is extensive, and the money that people will pay for these shoes, this goes back actually to the 1980s where they were actually killing kids to take their shoes.
I remember that. But I think one of the most, are the old Air Jordans the most valuable?
Yes, the vintage retro Jordans, yes.
Yeah, but I remember that. Like, you got killed for, yeah.
And it surprises me. People pay all this money for these shoes. Then they wear them once or twice and then sell them again. It's like a kind of a circuit that they're almost on. It's really intriguing.
We all have our weird thing that we're addicted to. Shoes is not mine, especially athletic shoes. I should wear athletic shoes maybe once in a while. Go for a walk. All right, Jen.
All right, sad story, but this is very common. So the LAPD is looking for a missing 7-year-old girl and her mom, and what happened was the father of this little girl was awarded custody, and right after this happens, in a courtroom, the 27-year-old mom takes the 7-year-old girl, the two walk out, haven't been seen since.
Yes, the little girl's name is, I believe, Quinye Mitchell. And her mother is Quanique Taylor. Now, while the little girl may be difficult to, point out in a crowd, her mother, who is black, has pink hair, 5'2", weighs 200 pounds, last seen wearing a pink dress and pink and gold slippers. So if she's still in that, if you see a woman who's 5'2", 200 pounds, black with pink hair, wearing a pink dress, with a 7-year-old girl, she might be your woman.
Hopefully, they'll be able to find her relatively easy.
I hope that. It's very unusual for a mother to lose custody.
Yeah.
Jamie Spears, well, he agrees to step down as Britney Spears' conservator, but not immediately, kind of like Andrew Cuomo.
He gave us 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah, who do you despise more in that, who'd you rather?
I'm actually sympathetic to Britney, but I understand the need for the conservatorship. And although Jamie Spears may not be the best person to run it, I do believe that Britney is not at a place where she's quite ready to manage all of her life and career.
We're going to talk more about that in the 7 o'clock hour. After watching the documentary and everything that's going on, I think the question is, we don't know what we don't know. However, someone who's able to make millions of dollars performing several times a week in Las Vegas is not someone generally who is completely incapable of running maybe not running their finances, but at least being in charge of their own person.
Do you guys follow her on Instagram?
Yes.
Yes.
She's cut back.
It's
not helping her case, and that's my point.
Yes,
but she's stepping back. Or I need to check it this morning, but somebody told her, hey, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. But again, we will talk about that more in the 7 o'clock hour. All right. So if you want to go to Coachella, if they ever have Coachella again, and currently it's now slated for April of 2022 and is currently sold out, you're going to have to show proof of full vaccination. So Golden Voice, the company that puts on Coachella and Stagecoach, is going to require full vaccination for concert goers and event staff at all its clubs, venues, and festivals. The policy takes effect October 1st. The point of that is to give people enough time to get vaccinated. They're in charge of other festivals with AEG, like the New Orleans Jazz, but that was canceled again this year, 2nd year in a row for that. But I'm sure, as we know, there will be no fraud involved. Everybody will go out and get a legitimate vaccine card, and they'll have a QR reader for our new state digital vaccine proof.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident.
Right.
Okay, when we come back, we will have more Handel on the news. It's Jane Wells filling in for Bill Handel, KFI AM 640. Jen, you take it away.
The CDC says more than 90% of counties are now seeing high or substantial rates of COVID spread. That means that does meet the agency's new guidelines to mask up indoors, even if people are vaccinated. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has signed a big check toward the recently Senate-passed infrastructure bill. The Wall Street Journal reports he pledged $1.5 billion toward joint initiatives on climate change. And oh, look who's back. The murder hornets. An Asian giant hornet was seen attacking a wasp's nest near Seattle. It was spotted about 2 miles from where a hornet's nest was wiped out last year. This is Washington's first sighting this year. We've got your Drive on the 10 coming up with EKFI in the Sky next.
Are you one of millions of people across the country thinking about retiring earlier than expected? Join us on Tuesday, August 17th at 3 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern for our brand new virtual event for you called 9 Wealth Strategies. You will get our 9 strategies that can help protect your wealth and plan your income. Register for free at EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. Your wealth and ultimately your legacy face 3 risks: rising taxes, inflation, and healthcare costs. At our special virtual event called 9 Wealth Strategies, you'll get advice on how to help protect your wealth from these risks. Our advice is based on 30-plus years of experience and managing more than $270 billion. Please join us for this special virtual event, 9 Wealth Strategies, on Tuesday, August 17th at 3 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern. See how to do 3 things: manage your wealth, minimize taxes, and plan your income in retirement. Go to EdelmanFinancialEngines.com to register for free. That's EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. From here forward,
Make the most of grill season at Whole Foods Market. Get Animal Welfare Certified Beef New York Strip Steaks for $12.99 a pound through August 17th, plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a sunny day ahead with temps from the low 70s at the beaches to the mid-90s inland. This report is brought to you by Grocery Outlet. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. We're watching the 10.
All right, you betcha. We're over to Kellogg Interchange here. I've got to quote some stuff here. A good friend of mine, Eric, was listening in our last report. He was coming through here, and I quote him up. I can pull up the text here fast. Oh, yeah, here it is. I took one. He says, "Wow, old Toyota truck burnt to a crisp. It's over to the shoulder." And he's right. It is over to the shoulder here. So if you're driving to West 10 now, coming away from Paraflex, things will start moving now. All lanes are open again. Everything over to the shoulder. It was quite a fire department still here. What is still real slow, and kind of is every morning, but you didn't need the extra aggravation here, is the North 71 going to the West 10. Now here's the really good news. Once you get past this Boyle, 605 all the way 710 towards Boyle Heights, everything is just wonderful. We had a good look at the 60 coming out here. Westbound drive, I can definitely vouch from about Azusa through the 605 and towards East LA. Things are looking good. More coming up. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Barr, KFI in the Sky.
This report is sponsored by Mercury Insurance. What's better than low rates? Low rates and big discounts. That's what you get when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Mercury. Get a fast, free quote today at mercuryinsurance.com to see how much you could save. That's mercuryinsurance.com.
Spectrum Business called their competitors to see if any of them could beat Spectrum's Business Internet Plus phone offer for $69.98 per month with no added phone taxes or fees. Here are real quotes from the competition.
I would be pulling in no fees and taxes. That's madness.
I would 100% go with Spectrum.
Even the competition recommends Spectrum Business. Call 855-339-5344 and switch to Spectrum Business today.
Competitor quotes from actual phone conversations. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
I think most people would agree with me who have ever sold a house that the worst part about selling a house is getting the house ready to sell. All the repair work that you have to do, scheduling all those walkthroughs, that's the miserable part. And trust me, if you've never sold a home before, it is awful. I didn't know, though, that there was a company that can make this process not awful. It's the new-fashioned way to sell a home, and it's called Open Door. See, when you go to opendoor.com, you find out that you're not going to have to do all those repairs yourself. You're not going to have to do the prep work.